Hello. We are going through a tremendous crisis which clearly has enhanced more panic, fear, anxiety, and uncertainty for the future in our society. You certainly have been asking yourself the questions which I've been asking myself for the past couple of weeks. For example, what are the biggest threats? What are the biggest opportunities? And what are the biggest takeaways? Well, if that's the case, then you are definitely at the right place and at the right moment watching this video. I am Timtschenko, an inspirational speaker, a master of ceremony, as well as an event presenter. From the 1st of June to the 27th of June, I'll be interviewing a good list of interesting and amazing speakers and entrepreneurs and also leaders from 50 different nations on one platform. These leaders and speakers actually are active in different domains of expertise, and together we're going to try to answer the questions which were placed earlier on. Social, economic, as well as cultural aspects will be talked about during these discussions. This is going to be on the Facebook live session of the Speakers Arena. We'll be interviewing this list of entrepreneurs, and all together we're going to have an amazing time exchanging ideas, thoughts, and beliefs. These people are going to share their experience, and together we will try to sort out what the best idea is. So, till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you on the 1st of June. Goodbye. Hello. We are going through a tremendous crisis which clearly has enhanced more panic, fear, anxiety, and uncertainty for the future in our society. You certainly have been asking yourself the questions which I've been asking myself for the past couple of weeks. For example, what are the biggest threats? What are the biggest opportunities? And what are the biggest takeaways? Well, if that's the case, then you are definitely at the right place and at the right moment watching this video. I am Timtschenko, an inspirational speaker, a master of ceremony, as well as an event presenter. From the 1st of June to the 27th of June, I'll be interviewing a good list of interesting and amazing speakers and entrepreneurs and also leaders from 50 different nations on one platform. These leaders and speakers actually are active in different domains of expertise, and together we're going to try to answer the questions which were placed earlier on. Social, economic, as well as cultural aspects will be talked about during these discussions. This is going to be on the Facebook live session of the Speakers Arena. We'll be interviewing this list of entrepreneurs, and all together we're going to have an amazing time exchanging ideas, thoughts, and beliefs. These people are going to share their experience, and together we will try to sort out what the best idea is. So, till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you on the 1st of June. Goodbye. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, the Speakers Arena's podium. Good evening to all the viewers. I hope you're all doing good and having a good time. Good evening, Felix. Good evening, Austine.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Great. So here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again on the second week of the Speakers Arena live sessions, and again we here with two special guests. My first guest is going to be the amazing Felix, and the second guest is going to be Mr. Austine, precisely MageMiles Austine, and together we'd like to discuss very interesting topics, beginning with Felix talking about risk-taking, risk management in decision-making, and directly after him I'm going to have an inspirational talk with MageMiles Austine, talking about motivation, inspiration, and we're going to go through his path as a speaker, an actor, and as a musician. But shortly before we start, I would like to let our guests greet us all very shortly. Good evening, Felix.
Hello. It's thank you very much for hosting us this evening, and I wish all of us a great time. And hello out there.
Thank you, Felix. Thanks for being there. Good evening, Mr. Austine.
Good evening. Good evening to you all. I'm sure we're going to have a good time. chatting with, because we're going to make the interview a conversation, you know?
Definitely. I'm so excited about it. So, just a little precision. I'm having Mr. Austine right away from Nigeria, and he's actually just a dynamic person. You don't even imagine what he does. But we're going to talk about him later on. But I was having Felix. Felix is in the same way a very dynamic person. But just before we get through each and every one of them, let's start with the first guest, who's actually Mr. Felix. So, Mr. Austine, I'll see you in a couple of minutes, 7:30 for the rest of the interview.
Of course. Be with you guys. Have fun.
Thank you. So, good evening, Mr. Felix.
Good evening again.
Again, that's true. It doesn't kill, so we can say it several times. How are you doing? How was your day going?
Yeah, my day was good. As I said earlier, the Facebook lazy Monday afternoon, which means I had a short run, and it was good. The weather is fine. I feel good, feel great, and it was the whole day looking forward to it. To the live interview.
Great. I was looking forward to this day since yesterday, because we had an interesting discussion yesterday in the afternoon. I was like, wow, this must be an interesting discussion. I don't know, for the viewers, if you're watching this live right now, I will recommend you, this is a recommendation, I'm not doing any sales or something, share this video, because the content out of this video is going to be tremendous. I can assure you, the content is going to be amazing, tremendous. Share the video, share the information with your friends, acquaintances, and whosoever. And also, at the same time, if you have a thought, if there's something you're thinking about, an idea which you would love to share, do not hesitate, comment, just give us a like, comment what you think, or if there's something maybe you would like to ask as a question, just type it in so we can argue with Mr. Felix here about it. So, Mr. Felix, let's just dive into the discussion right now. So we had a discussion yesterday, and we, as you know, it was just amazing, tremendous. And one thing which I loved about you is the fact that you are somebody with a very, very long background and an amazing experience of different activities. And the path which you have is someone who started from somewhere which where you could have no dream or very little dreams, and you left that state of your situation, and you actually at the peak of what you could ever do. And this is just an amazing story. So please, can you shortly tell us your story? Who is Mr. Felix?
Yeah, thank you. If you say it's a long background, you mean I'm old? Yeah, so I get it right. So it's fine. But okay. It's fine. That's fine. No, I started my career more than 20 years ago, actually, as a member of security, and then member of a close protection team. So this was the basic start. And I started with being just a security guard at some concerts and football games and stuff like that. And then I thought it would be a great idea to do this in a more professional way. So because security fascinated me in a way, but the question is always, if you are fascinated about something, what you're going to do about it. So, and I thought, okay, it's fascinating, and I will do it in a more professional way and go in the direction of close protection. And so I started as a member of a close protection team, and that was quite interesting training. But the job itself was, let's say, challenging, because it's a lot of traveling, nothing really happens. And so I thought by myself, I should reach the next level. The next level is to study security management and go ahead with the security business. So I would then started to study security management, and I changed from the close protection team to the corporate security of a bigger company. So and at this corporate security team, I was responsible for different areas like global security monitoring, travel security, event security. So a lot of different stuff I have done, a lot of projects all over the world. I've been to, we talked about this briefly yesterday, I've been to some difficult or let's say challenging places around the world, like 2003, 2004 in Iraq during the war. So just to take care of the engineers and accompany some projects and take care of the projects we had over there in the Middle East. And so that was a few years of that, and I accomplished my security management study, and then in 2007 I moved from Munich to Hamburg because I was offered a senior management place in a bigger company, in a bigger tobacco company. So, and that was quite interesting because I was responsible there for crisis management and travel security for the whole company, which was quite challenging. And again, a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff I have done in the last, let's say now almost 20 years now. So I can say the last 20 years I have dealt with risk management. So this was the main task. This was basically security risk management, security risks, but also different other risks. Yeah, for the global working companies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, this is what I find amazing. Honestly, this is just, I can't believe it because, as I told you in the background, most of the times we stuck into the complexity of, I would say, being somewhere, and we forget about where we could be from where we are. But from your story, I can remark that it's never about where you are, but most importantly, it's about where you could be and believing you could be somewhere which is bigger than where you are. And I think this is something which most of the time we don't really realize it. But what I found amazing is the fact that you were just a security member, and now you're a big, you're first of all, you're independent, but also you travel around the world giving conferences to very important personalities. You meet leaders, and you actually are, and I love the way you think. You're actually not just a normal guy. You're a normal guy, definitely, but you have a way of thinking which is just somehow really, really amazing. But one thing which I would like to ask personally from your experience, do you think it is something which is actually good or bad to be in a state, at a social level where you don't have that, I wouldn't say that power, that influence which other people have, but at the same time, always know that you could actually leave that and get somewhere better? Do you think it is good to remain at a step, to be stable than to be independent? Or do you think somehow wherever you are, you should always think about getting bigger, getting higher, and having something better, in your opinion?
Exactly. It depends on the individual circumstances, of course, and to be honest, we are all different. Yeah, it's every single individual is different. But talking about myself and my opinion, when I started in the security business, there were a lot of people saying like, what can you earn? So what is the money you can make out of this? Yeah, so you earn like 10 German marks an hour. So this is nothing, and the whole industry is down. And the security industry, you will never earn something in the industry. So. But I strongly believed that it is possible. So the important thing is, if you look at it in industry, and it doesn't matter which kind of industry, is it the speaking business? Is it the security industry? Is it the online marketing? Is it something else? Or you just selling flowers on the corner? you always look at the industry and you have to ask yourself one question: is there any single person in that industry who really makes any difference, who really makes money, who really influences others? And then if you can answer this question with yes, then you can make it too. You know, it's I mean, it's easy to say, yeah, it's easy to say. It's hard work, yeah. So and this is exactly the point you were talking about earlier. So if you are at the stage, you say, okay, that's fine now. I'm done with it. I'm in the close protection team. I'm a professional. I earn quite good money, so that's fine with me. And you stay there. There is no development. There is no growth. And if you stop growing, I would say more in a pathetical way, you die from inside. But it would be maybe for some people that's totally fine. And I don't want to be, you know, like someone who said, oh, you know, you have to do this or you have to do that. But from me, from my perspective, I just go from one step to another, from one step to another. And you never know if the next step will be a good one. You never know. You know, it's a decision-making process. You make your assessment. We'll come to this later, probably. And then after this assessment, you make your decision, and then you're at a higher, or let's say at another level, because you're leaving your comfort zone. And especially every single time you're leaving your comfort zone, you are doing something new, you grow. Yeah. And I think this is important. Progress is happiness. Every single person on this earth, I'm quite sure, wants to progress in maybe in their area, you know, in their industry, but they want to progress. So, and for me, after, you know that, but for the audience, after this 20 years working for different companies, for myself, I thought, okay, what is next? Yeah, what is next? Should I work here for the rest of my life, or for until the pension comes, or what? So what is next? Is it enough, or is it not enough? So, and I thought, and I had a deep look inside me, and I said, okay, this, from my perspective, this is not enough. Yeah, it's, you know, Michael Jackson said after when he started, or he wanted to start his last shows, he said in a press conference, this is it. Yeah, and I, to be honest, I'm too young, I'm too hungry, I'm too ambitious to say this is it. Yeah, I will go further. So I quit my job. Actually, after 20 years, again, not something what every single person would do if you are in the senior management somewhere and you earn quite a bit of money and you have this, as you said, the social stability. I had a house and everything, you know, everything worked fine. And but then you know, it's not always everything about money. Yeah, it's also about passion and the burning desire inside you. If you don't have it, fine. And if you are happy with the job, you know, happiness is the highest measurement for everything from my perspective. So if you say, I'm selling flowers at the corner, that's fine. I love my people, I love my flowers, and that's it. Yeah. And I am happy. These three words, I'm happy. That's totally fine. Yeah. But if there is a desire inside you, if there is something else, and you can feel it, you know, you know it. Yeah. You know it. Every single time you lay in your bed, you just before you go to sleep, and after, in the early morning, you open your eyes and you say, you think to yourself, there is something else. There is something more.
Absolutely. Well, this is something which is really interesting, because now you're going to a point where I would love to dive into this subject, because, you know, most of the time we think about change, we think about evolving, we want to get something bigger, we want to get to a next level, but there are always two options. I think we talked about this also yesterday. there are always two options which we have. And the two options are either we're freaked out by the situation in which we find ourselves, we're frightened by the situation, without having made any analysis on any observation of the situation, and then we decide to abandon everything, or we just blur our eyes, close the eyes from the reality, and just dive into the adventure of life without having any clue of what's waiting us. But now, I think you're the specialist. From what you said, your background as a security expert is risk management. Can you please talk to us more about risk, what it's all about, and how it goes to how we could become better decision makers? But before you answer the question, let me really quickly greet the audience who is actually here with us. Really quick, we have Simplice who just joined us. Good evening, Simplice. Nice to have you here as well. We also have Oliver Baker, who actually commented, "Be always the hardest worker in the room." Thank you for the good comment. Actually, clues to what Mr. Felix just said. We also have Jill who just joined us. Hello, Jill. Hello Thank you for joining us. And now, Felix, please, can you answer this question again? Risk management. What is it all about?
Let's start talking about risk management. Let's look at the big companies. Yeah, big companies spend every single year millions and millions of euros and US dollars on risk management. They do have different departments. You call it risk management department, then you have the corporate security department, then you have the compliance department, then you have other departments. There are a lot of departments, but a lot of them are just working on identifying and analyzing the risks the company might face. And they do this, the company, they would never do this if there wouldn't be any outcome for them. Yeah. So they don't spend money just to spend money. Yeah. So they spend this money to analyze and to identify and analyze the risk and to understand the risk and how they can handle the risks, because they want to be successful. This is the only reason they spend money on it. Just let it put it that way. For us, as normal human beings, it's quite the same. We can handle risks and analyze and identify risks the same way as big companies do. But what we don't do often is really analyzing it without any emotion. Yeah. So we look at a problem, we look at an issue, we look at something, and then we think, oh my goodness, there are a lot of risks. What can I do about this, or what can I do about that? This is just too much for me. And then we say, okay, we close this chapter for a moment, or for years, or forever, and then we never touch it again, because we have never learned how we can deal with risks. So, from my perspective, if you look at a project, a challenge you have, or let's say a potential risk. Yeah, and you, as you say, you freak out. Yeah, you say, "Oh my God, this is a very important point." Anxiety is very important if you wanted to survive. Anxiety is important, but it's not important, or it's hindering us if we want to go the next level and to the next level and to the next level. And if we want to go out of our comfort zone, it is just anxiety is hindering us very much so. Mm-hmm. So what can we do about this? I think the first thing we should do is identifying the risks. What can really happen? Yeah. So if you wanna be self-employed or you know, you want to leave your job and do something else and be self-employed or start, you know, your own business, being an entrepreneur, something else. But and you have this desire and you would love to make the decision to do this, but you can't because you are so anxious. Just sit down for a moment and think about what are the risks. Okay, is there any market for the product I have to offer? Am I really an expert, or do I have the network, the connections, and so on to deliver this project? Yeah, or to deliver this product. So there are a lot of questions you ask yourself, and then you start thinking about, so how we can handle those risks. So there's one thing how you can handle risks is you can avoid them. Yeah, you can say, okay, well, this is, you know, let's say office rent. Yeah, you have to rent, or you think about renting an office in the middle of the city, and then you think, oh my goodness, it's like 3,000 euros a month. Well, I will avoid this risk, of going bankrupt after 3 months because I don't have the money. So I will work from home. Okay, job done. That's fine. So do I have the right product in place? I don't know. We should do a pre-entry study or a market analysis or something else. So you identify all your risks and you ask the questions. First one, you can avoid them. The second one, you can say, okay, I can't do anything about it. So I will have to take this risk. How can I mitigate it? Yeah. So how can I mitigate it? So how can I mitigate the risk of going bankrupt? So maybe when I'm in a very good, salary position and I earn a lot of money and I think about being self-employed in 2 months or 3 months, I better think myself, oh, well, maybe I need 10,000 or 20,000 or maybe 30,000 euros just on my bank account in cash. So if there is a risk of me going bankrupt, I do have this money. Okay, so I still take these risks, but I do mitigate it. Yeah. So the third one is how we can handle risks is transferring risks. So if you have to buy a big truck, for your company, and this truck costs you 100,000 euros. So what do you do as a normal person? You insure it. You insure it so that if you have an accident or somebody burns your car or something happens with your car, it's vandalized, it's destroyed, you are not losing 100,000 euros. You are still have it because the insurance is paying for this. So transferring is the third one. And the fourth one, and this is a very important one, it sounds easy, but it's about acceptance. There will always be a risk you cannot avoid, you cannot mitigate, you cannot transfer to anyone. You just have to bear it yourself. Yeah. So if you look, let me just finish this. If you look at the problem or the challenge or the project through these glasses, let's say, of these 4 possibilities of handling risks, then I can tell you from my own experience, this huge problems, which let us, freak the hell out of us, it's just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and then we are at the stage where we think, okay, maybe it is possible. Maybe I can really do it. Yeah. So, and then you go to the next step, which is action. Yeah. So this was the one part with anxiety, and the second one, which you have asked me about, is about just taking action taking action just because of I'm an entrepreneur now. It's cool because I consumed a lot of YouTube videos from Gary Vee, and I think it's very cool to be an entrepreneur. And now I'm I had a you have this TV shows like Shark Tank, or in Germany Höhle der Löwen, and this kind of stuff, and it's cool to be an entrepreneur. A lot of people forget there are a lot of risks, and it's also about hard work, So and people who are just taking action, not analyzing their risks, not understanding, identifying the risk, and knowing what the risks are, they will go bankrupt in 12 months' time. Yeah. So, and I think you said it yesterday. I think 90% of all
companies
go bankrupt in 12 months.
Absolutely.
So, and this is the main reason, I think, for that is they haven't analyzed the risks, they haven't analyzed the market, and they don't know what is the next
the reality.
The reality, the real step to take.
Yeah. That's really amazing. But I think there is so much to talk about over there when you're talking about this topic. But let's really quickly dive into where you've written all these ideas. I think you've written a book, right? And summarize all the ideas you've been talking about just recently, and even more, right?
Yeah.
So to everyone wishing to have this book, to have ideas which Mr. Felix Timtschenko is sharing with us, you can have it from this book. I think, is it only in German, or there are other languages actually for the book?
It's in German, and we're successful, and the subtitle is "Why You Should Pet a Lion." So
okay, where is the book available? Really quick, where can we have the book? Basically,
everywhere. Yeah, go on Amazon, go on Google, everywhere.
Okay, so there is a book where you can learn how to wisely analyze your risk, make wiser and smarter decisions in your life, be it private or business. So here is where you can have it. Go get it and learn more. So Felix, really quick, so we round up. You at the Speakers Arena last year, 2019.
Pardon?
You present at the Speakers Arena last year, 2019.
No, unfortunately not. But I'm really looking forward to the Nürnberg Arena in March 2021. So this will be just for the audience outside. I think this will be one of the best events we will have in Germany in 21. I'm quite sure. I've seen a lot of this of the speakers, a lot of these guys who will talk at the Nürnberg Meistersingerhalle Arena, which is an amazing location, by the way. So go and get your tickets. This will be 50 speakers and from 50 nations, which is fantastic idea as well. So yeah, it's great.
Exactly. So I said, Mr. Felix said we're going to meet March 27th, 2021. Each and every person watching this video, you can meet him personally. You can meet me as well. You can meet every other speaker from the whole world. And together we're going to have an amazing time. So, Mr. Felix, can you please share one idea which you would love us all to take home after we leave this discussion?
Yeah, I think it's like always. I have like 25, but I think and very very important point is from my perspective. If you do have this desire in your inside, if you do have this passion, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the pessimists and all the other guys. There will be guys around you your neighbors, your parents, your friends, and they will tell you this will not gonna work out because they would never do it themselves. And Richard Branson said it quite great. He said, "Ignore the naysayers." And I think you just think about your project, think about your desire, and then go ahead. Ignore the naysayers.
That's a good idea. That would be amazing. That's amazing as a conclusion. So from what you say, I get at least from everything you've said today, there is a lot to learn from there. First of all, risk management. You should always try your best to, I think there's a word you use, I forgot the word, how to minimize the probability that the risk is actually going to take place, or that the risk you're taking is going to be disastrous. You could minimize it, you can transfer it, but you should always know there is always going to be a risk, and without risk, there is no gain. That's somehow my view of what you said. And at the end, you just conclude by saying, if there's something you have in mind, you should always think of diving into the idea, but at the same time, know you must have a honest and a transparent analysis of what you want to do and the risk which it engages.
Exactly. Yeah, couldn't say it better. It just took me too long.
Well, that's my job, to have your message out there. So I try to do my best. I think you did a great job. Thank you very much, Felix. It was an amazing time with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave Felix now. As you know, you can have a book where he says all the ideas which you just had. It's available everywhere on Amazon. You can just Google the book, you can have it, and the price, everything is on the internet. Thank you very much, Felix. I'm going to leave you and have my next guest. And before I get my next guest, we're going to have a little break. And then I'm going to come back with Mr. Miles, Mr. MageMiles. So, Mr. Felix, sorry?
Thanks for hosting me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I wish you all the best. Take care. And we're going to meet hopefully March 21st, 2021.
Okay. See you soon. Yeah. Have a great time. Have a great view. Take care. Bye.
So, Mr. MageMiles, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, I like your look. But before we start, let's have a little break. Let me have a drink, a cup of water, and then we continue with the interview.
No problem.
Speakers from 50 nations together. It is a way of uniting people, bringing inspiration from all over, and I'm so incredibly excited to be here. Thank you.
Der Hauptgrund, warum ich heute hier bei der Speaker Arena bin, ist, dass Miranda eine so große Vision in die Welt bringen möchte, dass ich gerne einen Teil dazu beitragen möchte, meinen Teil dazu beitragen möchte, dass wir diese Vision groß machen und in die Welt ausbauen können.
Ich wurde eingeladen von Miranda und ich habe eine Einladung bekommen und sofort hat es mich innerlich berührt und ich war so aufgeregt und I feel honored to be here on stage and that I can represent my home country, Germany, and as well talking about life-changing processes, how I developed from a home state mom to an entrepreneur. So I would like and inspire change in life.
I'm here today because I wanted to support Miranda. I loved her idea and her big vision of bringing 50 nations together and 50 people speaking on stage. It was phenomenal so far. The networking is just outstanding. And I just love being part of such a big vision. So I decided to make my way here to the Speakers Arena 2019.
Today, July 27, 2019, I want to thank my family that believed in the vision. I want to thank my husband who said, yes, honey, you can do it. I want to thank my son who always gives me a hug when I'm tired. My family back in Cameroon, my family across the world, and today my new family of the Whitney Houston says, there can be miracles when you believe. Thank you all for believing in the vision. Take with you a piece of the ribbon. And if you're ready, one, no, count down. You count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, one more time, good evening, MageMiles, Austine. You got me, Austine?
I'm right here, my humble self.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm doing great.
Amazing, amazing. Just before we launch with the interview, let me have a little discussion with the audience. So we have the interaction. The audience also is discussion. So I would love to have some words. So really quick, I would love everyone who just joined us who was with us for a long time now, with whom I haven't exchanged. I would like to greet Jules, come again. I would also love Uncle Bruce, who just joined us a couple of minutes ago. Liz Michelle, good evening to you from where you are, right away from Italy. Hope is fine over there. Has been giving some positive vibes, his ideas. Thank you for the text. Yes, Felix, successful words, and his glow with success being that component. Thank you for the comment. Thank you, Oliver, as well, for the comments, as well as Steven Winter. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So here we are with Mr. MageMiles Austine. And I actually didn't have this information beforehand. I just recently got the information that he is TechnoMiles' elder brother himself. And for every African online right now, you all know TechnoMiles. And here we have the elder brother of TechnoMiles. So, Mr. Austine, please, can you tell us more about who you are, apart from being TechnoMiles' elder brother?
Oh well, my name is Israel Austine Prince. Now, when you call that name, you have to put that Prince on it. You know what I mean? So, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an actor, and I'm a singer as well. So basically, this is who I am.
Great, great. So just so I get it right, MageMiles
is a brand.
Name? Sorry, is your brand? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great, great. So may I ask what inspired the name? May I ask the question?
Well, the name simply means the light that guides you.
Wow.
So no matter how far you are, no matter the miles you've actually worked, that light will always be there to guide you. So that's MageMiles.
Amazing. That's very, very charismatic the way you said it, but also the words you used were just perfect. I love it. I love it. So talking about the brand, tell me more about the MageMiles work. What have you been doing? What have you done? And what are your achievements, if I may ask?
Oh, well, actually, I've been able to reach out to some couple of people in my own little way, try to help them, guide them, and then put them through, making them realize that, hey, giving up is not an option. No matter what the dream is, all you need to do is stand on your feet, believe in who you are. Don't believe in what people say about you. Stand on your own. So it's a brand that has actually carried as many people as possible along as much as I could. And up till date, I'm still replicating the same thing.
Wow. Okay. So just so I get it right, MageMiles is a brand which you use for all your activities. Just a little precision.
Exactly.
Miss Megama is actually calling us from Nigeria, and he isn't just a Nigerian, but he's also a visionary and bringing out content not just for his country, but for the whole continent of Africa, but most importantly for the whole world. So he tries as much as he can to say his idea wherever he goes, wherever he is, with whomever he is actually. And just a little information, I think you were in Cameroon last year for the Returnees project, right?
Exactly.
Oh, how was it? How did you find it? How did you find Cameroon, by the way?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I must tell you that in my life of movement, I've never seen people so loving, caring, and so welcoming like Cameroonians. I must be very sincere with you. It was a great experience. That
Wow.
is something I want to experience again. If possible, even stay there.
Oh,
They are
oh,
super
I'm so
welcoming. Like you have
I
no idea.
Wow.
They're super welcoming. And I'm glad to tell you that I now have a family there.
Wow.
So it's a place I call home now. Yes,
So
it's a
if
place
there
I
is any
call home.
Cameroonian over here watching, I would love to see your comments over there. We have another brother, a new brother from Nigeria over here. Let me just give you a little story about me. I'm a big Nigerian fan. I love Nigeria. I told you I'm a big fan of Technomiles, but most importantly, I am a big fan of Nigerian music, Nigerian culture, and most of my Cameroonian friends sometimes call me the Nigerian, the Niger guy. So it's really surprising. Maybe we want to become a Nigerian. I meet you in Nigeria, want to become Cameroonian. I mean, it's just, isn't it beautiful?
Of course it is.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course. They're
But I
so
mean,
welcoming.
we just want. It's just the spirit. I mean, we as long as we share the same ideas, we can consider being, as I say, as brothers, as a family. So I love it.
Exactly.
But let's get more into the business part of what you're doing. Do you I've heard about the project which we're actually planning with Miranda Orban and with the whole TSA team. Can you please tell me more about what is it all about? What is the plan? What are you going to do? Is it something? Is it a story you want to tell? Tell us more, please.
Okay, well, I think the project is about, because we're dealing with diaspora altogether, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now this is actually a way or an avenue where you're trying to carry people along, help as many people as possible, help them discover their talents, what they can do, and the rest of them. So for the start, we're trying to shoot, oh, you got the picture right there. We're trying to shoot a movie, but before that is done, we're going to create a platform whereby we will drop a particular scene and then ask you to act that scene, videoing yourself, and then upload for me to see. So now it's a thing that will bring the youth together. A lot of them have this dream, but waiting for the opportunity, and they actually don't get it yet. So it's a platform where we're going to put it out there. You shoot that particular scene about yourself, post it, and then the first, second, third, including fourth, if possible, will go home with a prize. And then when the movie is set, some of them actually be a cast in that movie. And then the same thing concerning music as well is also to put out maybe like a particular topic and have someone write a song on that topic and then sing it. Let's see the impact and the message the song is going to come with. So we're going to still have first, second, and third. So this is a project for us to help as many people as possible, carry people along, and then help them discover what they are good in.
Wow, that's very inspirational. I mean, what is really inspirational is just the fact that it's not just a movie; it's actually a vision which actually touches different sectors, which is about bringing the youth together, empowering each individual, but most importantly, having people's talent exposed out there, which is amazing. I love the idea. So, on MageMiles, I would say Austine, if you permit me, of course. But talking about the MageMile brand which you have, as you personally, as an actor or as a singer, actually, there's a comment of somebody who knows you really well. I'm just going to put it up there so you can have it. Scene is actually from Miranda, from Dean Winter. She greets you, and she's actually happy to see you again. And so she said you have a magical voice and an inspirational speech. Talking about these parts of you, are there some things which you've already done, maybe about the music industry, or maybe, I don't know, as an actor? Are there things going on in your life or in your professional life as a career, which you would love to share with us, maybe?
Yeah, actually, I've actually put out a song already, which I'm sure there's actually made wave on his own. And then, like, I'm a man for music. You know, sometimes people tend to listen to music, but they don't understand what music is. To me, music is food for the soul. So most times when you don't find me anywhere, you find me in the studio. So I put out a song already, and then I have so many others recorded, of which I'm going to start putting out very soon. And then I've done some couple of movies as well. So when it comes to my career and all, it's actually on a pace right now. So I had to push it. I had to follow it up. This is who I am. This is what makes me who I am. And then outside that, I also have an IT company of which I have few people I've recruited already working under the company. So that's my own way of actually reaching out to people as well. If you know you're good in this and all, then we could sit out, talk, and then I can see how I can come in for you, whichever way I can, whichever way possible.
Wow. Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. But how do you manage all of this actually? Because I can see you actually, first of all, you're visionary, definitely. You have different practical domains of expertise. You're a musician, you're an actor, you're a speaker. I mean, how do you go about doing all these things at the same time? How do you do that?
Well,
give us a secret.
it's about your personality.
Yeah.
It's about your personality. It's about who you are. It's about knowing who you are, knowing your vision, knowing your goal, and working towards it. You know, something you're passionate about. I don't think you need anybody to talk to you on how to go about it. Something that drives you. You know how important it is to you. You know the role it plays in your life. So just like you, let's say, example, you being a family man, right? And then you have kids, you have wife and the rest of them. You know that these things are exactly what is expected of you to do. They're looking up to you. So definitely you're going to create the chance and time for these things. You understand? So when it is time for this, yeah, I program myself a lot. When it is time for this, I know this is it, this is it, this is it. Because I'm one person that I don't let my 24 hours in a day go without being able to give an account of each minute. Wow. So if you know what you want to know who you are, you have to make time for everything you're passionate about. Because I'm one person in 24 hours, I want to give account of each minute that passes me by. I want to know what I did with it. I want to know what I achieved with it. So putting everything together, I'll be able to tell, okay, this is exactly how my day went.
This is amazing. I mean, this is really, it shows at what point discipline is necessary for success. From what you say, I understand that there must be a high level of discipline and organization in your activity as an individual. So that's actually very inspirational. Let's get a little bit more into the organizational part of what we're talking about the Speakers Arena, the upcoming Speakers Arena 2021. As you said, you were in Cameroon last year, and I think you're going to be in Germany as well for our next upcoming Speakers Arena 2021.
Exactly. Right? Don't think, because I'm going to be there.
Oh my God.
I will be there.
What am I saying? I am sure you're going to be there.
Don't think, just put it out straight.
Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a clear announcement. Mr. MageMiles is going to be right there as a diamond speaker on stage on the Speakers Arena. This amazing voice you just heard, this inspirational voice, these amazing words are going to be live on stage with MageMiles on the 27th of March. So you've got to buy a ticket. Sorry?
They shouldn't miss.
Oh, definitely. They shouldn't. So you shouldn't miss. Ladies and gentlemen, so you can buy the ticket actually. As I said, you can buy your tickets to be there, or you can comment and have questions asked and win a ticket to this event on the 27th of March. By the way, just write a date, just note this on your calendar. We are meeting on the 27th of March. I could repeat this date as long as I'm alive because it's just going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yes,
So,
it will be.
what are we talking about? Tell us more about what are going to talk about on stage on the 27th of March. Austine, what are they going to sing about?
Well, that 27th of March is going to be a great day because this is 50 nation, one voice. 50 nation, one voice. Bringing 50 nations together. I don't think people get to understand what that means, bringing 50 nations together to speak. Well, I'll be talking about the law of the supernatural, and I'll be talking about the law of the mind. These are the things I'm going to concentrate on.
This is powerful. Can you repeat what you said again, please? The law.
So I'll be talking about law of the supernatural and law of the mind.
Because people have to see these. The law of the supernatural and the law of the mind. Just more about that. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Yeah, because most of the times, we are the kind of people that when you don't believe in yourself, when you don't realize who you are, when you don't know exactly what that which drives you, a lot of people get things wrong in several ways. Law of the supernatural is something that when you think of something, you know exactly it's not something you're just going to heap, just go about it and then it gets to work immediately. It's something that when you speak, it has to do with your mind. It has to do with your heart. This is something you want to do. You have to build that in your mind before you bring it out to the physical. So when you make an order from the supernatural, it's something that you have done. Now, the next thing is for you to believe. Don't just do it. Don't say it because you are asked to, but do it because you believe in it. Say that and then walk towards it, and you will see exactly how everything is going to fall in place for you. Because your mindset defines you. How you think defines you. The things you say comes to be. Because it said in the word, there is power in the tongue. What you say about yourself is exactly how it's going to manifest for you. And not like tomorrow you wake up in the morning and be like, why is my life so miserable? That's a word. Sometimes you could say it because you feel like it's something that you want to let out. But that word you have said, you have spoken something very strong about your own self. Why is my life miserable? And then when it starts, you're wondering, where is that coming from? You said it.
Wow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I feel so excited because the time is actually off. So I just repeat it, ladies and gentlemen, you should be there on the 27th of March. You can't miss this. You can't miss these talks. You can't miss this guy. I mean, I'm going to be there. Even if I was thinking about it, I will make my decision right now. So, really quick. So, we can round this up. Just talk to us a little bit more about the project which you have with Miranda Orban and with Divine Windsor. Can you tell us more about this project itself? And then we're going to round up with your word for the world.
Well, the project is something we're actually still working on with the entire team.
Yeah.
You get. So when it is time, I'm sure the date will be put up for everyone to see. And those who are willing and ready to participate will also be part of it. So I think the project right now is ongoing with the whole team entirely. So once it is ready, I'm sure we're actually going to put it all out there, the date and time for everybody to see, and then what you have to do to be part of the project. And now, my message for the world is this.
Can I shortly say something really quick before you get to your message?
Okay.
I would just love to interact more with the audience before we get to your last message. But to have the audience discussion, comments, and then we're going to come to your roundup so we leave with more inspiration and more empowerment. So I was saying, you also, we had Guy Mwafo. Thank you, Giwa, for joining us. Thank you for the words. Definitely, as soon as the returnees project come back, hopefully we're going to meet in Cameroon. have our Ryan Commenter. Thank you very much for the appreciation. I am grateful that you love my job. I'm happy that you appreciate my job. Wonderful. Also talks about some movies and what you've been doing. And Vin also commented on your part. You talked about discipline, right? You said discipline, quality time, and I think it's accountability about what you do over with every minute, every second. That's very, very important. I think also.
Thank you, Divine.
Yeah, Divine is. Oh, thank you very much. Divine also give me some comments over here, some positive comments. Fanocham, you are very talented. Thank you. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you, respect. Thank you very much. I am grateful you appreciate my job. I am happy if you are happy. So, and let's conclude with Oriane. Said, yeah, like, yeah, I love it. Positive energy. Thank you. Oh, MageMiles. That's something great, something amazing with which we can end this discussion.
Okay, one, I will possibly say, I have a quote I would like to leave, like 2 quotes. One, your desire to live. Yeah, your desire to live on the level of your capacity. Insult those who are satisfied where they are because they find your zeal irritating. So now I will come again. Your desire to live on the level of your capacity insults those who are satisfied where they are because they find your zeal irritating. Now, this is it. When you have something you want to do, learn to keep quiet. Let them ask you, how did you do it? And not when are you going to do it? So when you walk towards your things you want to share, make sure you share with those that have same minds with you. Make sure you make friends with those that thinks alike with you. Because most times we don't get the best out of the people we look up to because of our perception of them. So I tell everyone out there, whatever it is your dream, don't let anyone talk you out of it. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. Tell him that thing you want and believe in it. Trust me, it will surely come to be the way you always dream of it. Thank you. Stay strong. Stay safe.
Austine, thank you very much. This is amazing.
You're
This is
welcome.
the best way I could ever conclude this discussion. What can I say more? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being there. I hope you had an amazing time. Austine, I'm grateful you were here with me.
I'm grateful too.
I wish you all the best.
It was quite a good time.
Sorry?
I said it was a nice time. It was good.
Oh,
being here with you, especially.
It wasn't good. It was amazing.
Great job. Great job. Oh, that's me there. The Prince of Cameroon. Prince of Cameroon.
Oh, I can see that. That's my Cameroonian brother. Amazing. I wish you all the best. Have a great evening. And we meet on March 27th of 2021, right?
Exactly. I'll be there.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great time. Let's meet Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. with the next 2 guests. And let's share more inspiration, let's share more empowerment, and let's exchange more ideas. Good night, stay safe, stay healthy.
In West Africa is facing so much challenges. Tremendous number of students never get to finish. Those who graduate at secondary level across the region, perhaps even worse. And those who went through school do not have the quality education they need to be successful and progress in life. So if you ask me, I will tell you, these days you will realize that the days of joining a company and getting a government job straight after graduations are over. Employment is fragmented, and educating, mastering one skill is no longer acceptable anymore. So as it stands now, you realize that things have changed. The world is drifting. Every graduate must master more than one skill in order to survive. School is very important, we all know, but school right now is not the major means of youth standing out on their own to any living. Because we have thousands of graduates out there who has nothing to do. Because why? They feel it is late for them to learn something that will enable them to establish on their own. Now, how do we reshape this educational system? By educating career and entrepreneurship. Number one, teach entrepreneurship at a young age, that is elementary class. Number two, certify workers' education as it is done in a world of degrees. Number three, embrace design and thinking of experimental learning. Now, how are these things important in supporting the educational system? Number one, career entrepreneurship helps children of all backgrounds to think outside the box. Number two, it nurtures talent and skills. Number three, it creates opportunities and stimulates the economy. Number four, it reduces unemployment and establishes enterprises. So if I would urge you all sitting down here, I know most of us sitting here are entrepreneurs on our own, but the question is, how do you want to be remembered in supporting this cause? How do you want to be remembered in making this vision a reality? You want to be remembered as a speaker who came on stage to talk for people to see, or you want to be remembered as a speaker who had the idea to share and make the youth have a better life for themselves? Because if I want to say that the first key to immortality is living a life that is worth remembering. So how do you want to be remembered this day? How do you want to be part of people that make this vision a reality? Now, parents of nowadays are not exceptional to this. When you see your child exhibiting a particular character and talent, look into it and not try to bend him to your way by saying, no, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a nurse, you have to be an engineer. Look into that thing, support it just like the barrister said. While you're in school, try to learn something. Because when you're done with school, you're definitely going to apply for a job. And now these companies and private firms will put a post outside and say they need somebody to work who has 9 years experience. You coming out of school yesterday, how are you supposed to have 9 years experience to apply for that job? But when you have something to do it while you're in school, at least it takes you like 3 to 4 years to finish your university. Now, if you get used to these things and you know how to do it, when you apply for that job, if they ask you, how long have you worked? You will tell them you have like 4 years experience. The person will be surprised in a way. Okay, this guy just graduated this year and he's having 4 years experience. How? Now, this is because you put yourself ahead of time. This is because you prepare for the time to come because you already know what is going on. So parents, please, you play a very vital role in this situation. Try to nurture your children in a way that things will be very easy for them to cope. Because many of us today, we drop out of school. Why? Because we need to work. We need to do something that will bring us back together. The days where we wait for government to make preparations for us are over. It is now, either you pick up your pace or you're left behind. Because what you think, your mentality and way of reasoning defines who you are. You might share an idea with somebody who tells you, hey, this thing you're doing is a whole waste of time. But there is one thing I'm going to leave with you today. Your desire to live on the level of your capacity insults those who find yourself irritating. Now the struggle defines who you are. You end up making it in life because you never quit. So I urge you all today to put yourself together and then make sure we achieve what you seek in life.
Thank you very much, Fred. This lane right here is rough as fuck. These hoes out.